Oh, wow. Today I'm talking about a topic, stop trying to become something. Start just being. And it's inspired by a podcast that I listened to today. And it's about this culture that I was also sucked into. And I think it serves us when we are just into the beginning of our self-growth journey and we want to get rid of some of the bad habits that we have had. We want to improve our life, and maybe it's the health, maybe it's the well-being, maybe it's do some more sports or get more active in your social media, build your business and things like that. It's great when you strive for your next best version, but in a long run, I realize it's not for me. So today, after a 6 month break, I'm recording this podcast for you guys, and it's in English this time. But I know so many of you speak English, even though I have been recording in Latvian before. But this time, I was like, I took notes, and then I put my phone on the table, and I thought, well, am I recording in English or Latvian? And I was like, in whatever language that I took the notes in, and I opened the notes, and they were in English. So here I am. Um, just being. So in this podcast, there was Diary of CEO, a podcast. I don't remember the doctor, but he was a psychotherapist, I think. And he said, Stephen asked the host of the podcast asked a question like, "How can I become a better podcaster?" And he's like, "Stop trying to become someone. Just like you are, just like accepting you are." And I think there is some part of the journey where it's okay of becoming, like I said, if you when you have realized I've done so many things that are not serving me and my purpose in my life. Maybe I have some really bad habits, maybe I've been procrastinating things. That is great, because like, oh, my best version of myself is not procrastinating, my best version of myself is eating healthily. So those are all good things. But if you become the best version of yourself and you're still not happy with yourself, it's not a great place to be, because honestly, everything that we actually want is to be happy. Why do we want to eat healthy? We want to be healthier so the life is easier for us and we're happier. So if it's like that, then I invite you today, um, just look at yourself, and instead of being like, oh, I want to create a better podcast, I want to create a better business, I want to create this, I want to create that. It's just like, no, it's enough with me just being here. Like, this is perfect. This is perfectly fine. This is the greatest place where to be at this point. And it also brings you to this presence, the sense of like, I'm present, I'm here, and it takes away the stress of like, oh my gosh, I haven't achieved enough. Oh my God, I have no purpose. Oh my God, I'm so lost. So this is something that I realized for myself as well. And I've been taking time off from Instagram. I also tried selling my account, which wasn't very easy because it's very me. And I realized I don't want to give it to anyone, and it's still mine, and I'm continuing now. It's not for sale anymore. I will continue, but maybe in a different way. So lessons that I learned, Instagram versus reality for the 6 months. Mm, it was very hard to let go what others think of me. And even though I feel I'm very strong as a personality, I'm very confident, I really follow my heart, even the ideas can be crazy, but I felt that being all the time on social media and showing my life, people had perceived me in a different way. And for example, one of the past years, my social face was that I have an online business. I'm doing everything for myself. I'm a business owner. I organize my day and everything. And I realized it's wearing me out. I don't want to do it anymore, and I think I want to apply for a job. And it wasn't like that once in a month idea. I want to apply for a job, but I started actively actually looking for a job, because also I wanted to gain skills in what I was learning. I was learning more programming, and I was like, well, I want a job in that area, and I felt shame, a lot of shame, because I realized it's really hard to let go of the identity that I have created, and that um, also people around me had created about me, because now I was speaking against the things that I was telling about before. So it was if I was before organizing my day, then now I was going like to work for someone, allowing someone to organize my day, and I stopped sharing, of course, because then I kind of did it secretly, applying for jobs, going for interviews, and just people who are around me, those knew that I'm doing it. But I felt ashamed to actually share it, because I was like, it doesn't, like, what are people gonna think of me that I have changed my mind so suddenly and I'm doing this now instead of doing the other thing? But I always believe in following my heart. So it was also like, well, at the moment, I want this in my life. I want to try it. If it doesn't work out, it's fine. I am where I am. I can always work on that. But I felt that shame, and I felt that letting go of the identity was really hard. So these two things came up, and of course, I worked with them. At the moment, you see, because I can tell you these things, then it's partly gone. I won't say that it's easy to, and it wouldn't be easy for me to talk about it uh, very in a detail, and I would still feel I'm kind of trying to protect myself and trying to be like, oh, but it's because of that and because of that, so it's not like clear, but it's there. It's at least it came up, and I started working with that. So I'm very open and very honest about this. Um, yes, and I was really also embarrassed to go to. Oh, I'm just going to be working now, even though I never think of people who work 9 to 5 jobs or any kind of jobs. I think it's amazing. It's like I sometimes think it's like, oh my God, like how can they actually do it? Because I'm so uh, lazy, and I'm thinking, wow, I want a break, I want a nap, I want this, I want the freedom. So I actually appreciate it. But when I thought of myself, I'm like, hey, oh, now you're going to be working for someone. I felt this, wow, I'm embarrassed about myself. So there's a lot of inner journey, which is still continuing, but I'll talk about it in another podcast. Um, and the hardest truth, actually, okay, the identity shift. This identity shift, I remember very well when I was switching um from when I was telling about depression, because I just couldn't put together that I'm teaching yoga and I'm depressed, and I felt so embarrassed. So it's something that comes back to me, and it is a lesson of mine that I have to learn that, hey, um I'm proud of myself. I guess the opposite would be, or I accept myself as I am. I accept mm, all the things that I want in life, all the things that I want to learn and do. And if it's a simple thing, I accept that. I accept myself wanting it. And whew, it's it's difficult for me. And I suppose it could be easy for you, but it's difficult for me. But one of the hardest truth was, and I still kind of feel it, because I consider myself a really good friend. But some of the friendships that I had made turned out to be only the Instagram friendships, and only the friendships if you're actually active on Instagram. Because once I wasn't, these people weren't interested in what's going on in my life, or what am I doing. They were only interested if I'm a part of their courses, their programs, their community, or helping them become better. And this is something that is like, I felt I learned a lesson the hard way. And probably it's good that I learned it earlier, because the people who really stuck with me were my friends and family. And I deeply appreciated that this year, that they are there for me. And there are people who are the surface friends, and who are where, let's say, it's a transaction friendship where I give you something of my audience attention and you give me some of yours, and it's fine. And then there are other people who are really with you, who call you, who ask how you are, and they don't care about your Instagram, to be honest. So it's a little bit sad. And like I said, it's probably, I don't feel it yet, but it's good that it happened now, not later, not when I'm thinking like really they're my friends and it actually turns out they're not. And the best thing from all of this, um, I realized, or it's like again, it wasn't something new, but I really love myself. I love what I'm going through, and even if I'm applying for jobs now, even though my income has cut in like almost to none, because if you're not doing anything on Instagram and not if my main income was from courses and uh, from challenges that I made on Instagram. And once I cut it, it's done. There's nothing. YouTube brings in $4 a month, so it's not enough to survive. But um, I really love myself. I love myself for trying, for doing, for being a little bit stubborn because I see that it's not going really the way I want to, and I'm still trying. And I'm like, it's fine. I have given myself time. And most likely I'll just come back to Instagram and creating courses because I miss that. That's another thing that I actually didn't write down, but I miss the creativity because it works when you are using it. It doesn't like I felt it's like very natural and it's like always there. But once I stopped working with Instagram, creating podcasts or posts or reels or something, I just didn't have those ideas anymore. It was like it felt like someone has cut the cable, to be honest. It was very weird, but I realized that it works if I'm available and for giving it away. It's not like I'll have amazing idea and I'll just be like, oh, whatever. But no, it works when when I'm giving it away to others. So and I miss it. I miss it a lot. I loved creating the courses that when I see how I can help people with their whatever their struggle is, it's just I love it and I miss it and I miss people as well. That's one of my fuels. So I suppose secretly telling you that I'll try a little bit more for that job search and just like, because my idea is like, oh, I'll work a little bit and just like be away from the social media and to have my peace of mind. But to be honest, it fuels me a lot. But yes, going through all of this, I really, really love myself. And I love myself through change. I love myself through embarrassment and feeling that shame, but also being able to be like, wow, okay, it's fine. It's fine for now. I love like this is the perfect place to be to start from, even though it's nothing perfect from the outside, but I'm in perfect place with myself within. Yeah. And to be honest, the creativity and creating online, the pace is so fast. And when I tried now with job interviews and learning and everything, it's so slow. That's also one of the things I miss. And I'm grateful that you're here. Whoever is here, one of the 5% who actually watch the videos till the end or listen to the podcasts, I'm really, really thankful for you. And if you are in the midst of change, remind yourself to it's enough just to be and to like really, really love yourself. Just give yourself a big hug and know that I'm there for you and you're there for yourself. And it's enough just being, not achieving anything. So I suppose my next series are going to be about more just being and not trying to achieve anything or your best versions and everything. There's going to be one one meditation though about your best day kind of a thing because I found it really inspiring. But it's with keeping in mind that I really, really love myself and there's just more that I want for myself in a life because another project that I'm thinking of is 365 days of chasing my dreams. And that will be just doing different things that I have thought of doing, like learning the piano, learning to swim, maybe going to some places, maybe talking to some people, but like, yeah. So some projects in process. Thank you for being here. If you were here listening, just leave a comment, leave a little emoji, so I know that you're there. Thank you.